What's up guys, David here, and while we haven't heard anything official from Samsung on the Galaxy S8, there has been all sorts of rumors and leaks. Now I'm doing air quotes here because I feel like more often than not, things are purposely leaked by manufacturers in order to generate buzz for their upcoming phones. But purposely leaked or not, I don't mind, I'm excited. I know a lot of you guys are excited about the Galaxy S8. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first major rumor has to do with the display, in that it's getting bigger. Rumor has it that the regular S7 will feature a 5.8-inch display and the larger S8 will get a 6.2-inch display. Both displays will feature dual curved edges, so Samsung will likely call the larger S8 the S8 Plus instead of the S8 Edge, since the smaller S8 will get the Edge display as well. Now, I know a lot of you may be thinking like, WTF Samsung, we don't need bigger phones. But the good news is the phones themselves won't actually be any bigger than the S7s, and this is because Samsung is moving the fingerprint scanner from the front of the phone to the back, shrinking the bezels around the screen, and stretching the screen itself up vertically but not horizontally. So the screen won't be much wider, but it will be taller, giving it a kind of weird 18:9 aspect ratio compared to the normal 16:9 ratio we see in most phones today. Now, if these leaks turn out to be legit, some of that extra screen real estate will obviously be used for the new on-screen buttons, since there will be no room for physical buttons on the front. The taller screen should also make things like multitasking a little bit better, since there will be more room for two windows on the screen at once. So I'm cool with it, and it seems like it's going to be the trend anyway going forward, with LG doing the same thing with the G6. As far as resolution goes, no, the S8 will most likely not be getting a 4K display, which honestly doesn't really matter unless you're trying to use it for VR. But that said, the VR experience does look like it'll get a little bit better, with the S8's new display rumored to ditch the pentile subpixel layout that Samsung has been using in favor of the standard RGB layout. The difference between the two is basically that the standard RGB layout has individual subpixels instead of shared subpixels like on the pentile displays. This means that there will be more total pixels despite having a similar resolution, which should translate into better looking VR. So as I mentioned, the fingerprint scanner is rumored to be moving to the back of the phone to allow for thinner bezels and the bigger screen. And I don't have a problem with this, right? Like there's plenty of phones that have fingerprint scanners on the back, like the Pixel, which I've personally had no issues with whatsoever. But I will say, if the leaks turn out to be true, the placement of the fingerprint scanner is kind of questionable, because instead of the scanner being like right where your finger naturally rests, like on the Pixel and the LG V20, it's up and off to the side next to the camera. So imagine that you had to reach up to where the heart rate sensor is right now on the S7 to unlock your phone. Now I have bigger hands, so like it's doable for me, but if you have smaller hands or if you're left-handed, this might actually be an issue, not to mention all the accidental fingerprint smudges on the camera. But you know, who knows, maybe it won't be that big of a deal, and there is rumors that the S8 will be getting the iris scanner like we saw on the Note 7, which may work even better and faster. In terms of performance, the Galaxy S8 should be a pretty good jump over the Galaxy S7, with Samsung looking to launch two different variants like they did last year, with one of them having their own in-house Exynos chip and the other having the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835. Both chips will feature improvements in both the CPU and GPU departments, and both will likely be coupled with 4 GB of RAM. Another big new feature that's being rumored right now is Samsung's all-new digital assistant named Bixby that is set to debut on the Galaxy S8. As we all know, S-Voice, which is Samsung's current digital assistant, like just isn't all that great, will be nice, but the new assistants will have the AI from Viv Labs, which is a company that Samsung acquired last year, which, side notes, was actually founded by the same guys behind Apple's Siri. So in the few demos of Viv that I've seen, the assistant is capable of some pretty impressive things. Unlike Siri and the Google Assistants, you can give it more complex requests. For example, you can ask it like what the weather will be like in Las Vegas after 7 p.m. next Thursday, and it'll actually understand you and give you the correct response. Like Siri and now the Google Assistants, the Viv Assistant, or Bixby, is going to be open to third-party developers, with Viv Labs having already integrated a few things like being able to send money to your friends using Venmo, gifting your mom with flowers, calling an Uber, or even booking a hotel for you, with everything being done quickly and easily right within the Assistant's UI. And this is just what Viv Labs perhaps showed to us before Samsung acquired them last year, so I'm excited to see what progress they've made since then and what exactly Samsung has in store. Will Bixby show up on other Samsung devices, kind of like Amazon's Alexa? I wouldn't doubt it, and it'd be kind of cool to be able to ask Bixby like what's inside your Samsung fridge while you're at the grocery store. And yes, that is a possibility, but probably not at first. Either way, I expect Samsung to make a really big deal about Bixby, so much so that some rumors are suggesting that the Galaxy S8 will actually have a dedicated button just for the digital assistant. Speaking of acquisitions, Samsung also bought Harman Kardon last year, and some rumors are suggesting that the S8 will feature dual stereo speakers powered by Harman, kind of like what HTC did back in the day with Beats back when they owned a majority share in the company. There are a few rumors that go against this though, saying that Samsung won't be integrating Harman into the S8s, but like Harman branding or not, I just hope that the Galaxy S8 gets stereo speakers, which is something their biggest competitor and Apple is already doing with the iPhone 7, but we'll see. A few of the other things you can expect on the S8 are basically rollover features from the Note 7, like the iris scanner, ambient light sensors on the back and the front for better auto brightness, USB Type-C, and maybe, just maybe, 64 gigabytes of internal storage as the base model instead of only 32 gigabytes, which unfortunately, if it's true, will probably also mean we'll see a price bump. But again, just to reiterate, all of this is based off of rumors and leaks, and none of it is official until Samsung unveils the Galaxy S8 in March, with a release date rumored to be sometime in April. Anyways, that is it for me in this video. You can bet that when the S8 drops, we'll be putting it to the test, so subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the very next episode.